see a lot of new construction going on. But it's good to be kind of ahead of the curve when you're getting into new construction and raw land. So you want to see where the market is going. So where the market is expanding to is where you want to invest.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, Real Estate Wednesday.
Yes, hey.
Real Estate Wednesday, it's your show today.
It's my show.
I'm Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And today's episode is brought to you by the Pyramid Group with Keller Williams.
Yes.
The Pyramid Group with Keller Williams. If you are in the market to purchase a home or sell your home, or if you have any questions about home buying or real estate, contact the Pyramid Group with Keller Williams, 864-249-1437.
Call us anytime.
864-249-1437.
Yes.
Also, make sure down in the comment section you hashtag YMA Nation so you can go into our cash drawing. Money, free money. All you have to do is hashtag YMA Nation. Also, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and
subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe to the YMA Nation channel on YouTube. Also, follow us on our other social media platforms on Instagram at YMA Nation and on Facebook at YMA Nation. Let's get into this Real Estate Wednesday.
All right. Y'all ready? You ready?
He's
gonna
ready.
like this topic.
But hold on. I got to give a big up real quick. Down in the description, guys, make sure you check out Black Caesar. The new single, Black Caesar, Joe Wallace featuring CeeJ. Let's go. Check out that single after you watch the episode. Then go click the link and watch Black Caesar.
After you get the valuable information.
Then go enjoy some good music.
Okay, you ready?
Let's go.
Okay. Best types of real estate investments.
Okay.
So we are, again, talking to people who are interested in getting into the real estate world with investing in properties. And a lot of people really just don't know what avenue to go. So before I get into the specifics, I would say get with an agent that can really help you understand the market that you're in. Different areas have different markets, so you want to make sure that you are investing in properties that are going to give you the return that you're looking for.
This is good. See, because last week it said investment properties to avoid. So now you know what to avoid. Now you're going to go into the properties to invest in.
Right.
Let's go. This is going to be good.
That's why this is the topic.
Yeah. It just follows up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A follow-up to a follow-up.
Maybe I may learn something today.
Maybe so. So there's several different types of real estate that you can invest in. So we're going to kind of delve into those and go into why those are, some of the best ventures to get into, especially the beginning ones for people that are just starting into the business of investing.
That's going to be good because a lot of people come to YMA Financial like, I want to flip homes. How do I start a company? I want to flip homes. I need access to the cash.
Yep.
If you guys trying to start a company and if you're trying to invest or flip properties, contact YMA Financial, www.ymafinancial.com. I'm giving a plug.
I see that. I'm going to get to the best type of real estate. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done. No, okay, I'm done.
Okay. So the first is going to be your residential. So this includes single-family homes, duplexes, multifamily, quadplexes, vacation property. As you see, I didn't say anything about fixing and flipping or wholesaling or any of that.
Okay.
Right? And I didn't say any of that because a lot of that requires more extensive research and, again, more capital, cash flow, because if you're fixing and flipping, you have to understand how much you have to invest in the property to be able to flip the property and things of that nature. Right now, we're talking about things that are going to generate revenue for you. over a period of time. So this is revenue generating properties.
Okay.
Okay. So your single family for rentals are in your duplexes, multifamily. That's going to give you your residual monthly income. You have to understand your market to understand the growth rate and how, like, what the properties are renting for in that area. And if that rental property is a good investment based on the purchase price and what your monthly expense on that property is going to be, opposed to what you can charge for rent in that property. So your valuations are very important when you're going into single family or the multifamily and duplexes. You have to understand what each is renting for, so how much revenue you're going to generate as to what the expenses are in that property to see if it's going to
Makes sense.
be profitable for you.
I would like to attempt to simplify that. Okay. If you invest into a property and you spend X amount of dollars on this property and your mortgage on that property, because one, you don't have good credit, maybe. Guys, get good credit, but that's going to cause the interest rate to be higher if you don't have good credit. So say your payment is $1,300 per month and the average rate for that size property in the area is $1,600 per month. Is it a smart move or investment? Not asking you. I'm telling them, for like they'll have to make that decision.
I'm going back to the credit thing. Most people that we're talking to right now, to be able to invest in these types of properties, you're not going to be able to go in with bad credit. I mean, these are going to be like, second mortgages, your investment properties, commercial loans. You're just not going to be able to really go into those unless you're paying cash, which a lot of these properties, who has that amount of cash, right? Cash flow.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I hate to keep interrupting your show, but
he's going to.
I'm going to. Because I think it's important. Sometimes when I jump, I think it's important. Get ahead of life. I always stress this. Mm-hmm. Get ahead of life. Just the other day, I had a conversation with the business owner, and she was like, I need to come back to y'all, and I need to start on my credit because I got opportunity to buy the building that I'm in. But the scores, get ahead of life. Like, right. Don't wait. Like, don't like, oh, you know what? I'll wait. Get ahead of life. If you know that your credit is not up to par or there needs to be work done, don't wait until you need it or the opportunity, that door is there. Like, don't wait and then like, oh, now I got to try to wait 6 to 9 months to try to get my scores where they need to be or to build credit. Like, get ahead of life. Like, treat your credit as like the financial heart of your life. Mm-hmm. Get ahead of life. And I mean that by like, don't wait. Make sure like your credit is where it needs to be. So when you do need something, it could be a car, your car break down. And then what? Oh, now I got bad credit. So now I got to go to a buy here, pay here place and put myself back into that same cycle. Get ahead of life. So when you need credit at any time, you got good credit. Masters Credit Consultants, so I got to plug them. Masters Credit Consultant. If you guys need help, you could check them out, www.masterscredit.com. Their number is 864-249-9466, 864-249. 9466. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. The second is going to be the commercial, which I know you were talking about, like the business and being able to purchase a building that you may be in. But commercial, the main focus there, if you're thinking about getting into investing, would be your industrial office, because office space is going to rent out and going to hold your tenants. Your retail, hospitality, and multifamily projects. Multifamily projects are going to be your larger, like your apartment complexes, condos, things of that nature. That are going to hold tenants for a longer period of time. Like in your commercial, most of the time those tenants are going to sign 3 to 5 year leases in those. And they tend to, once a business has established itself in a space like that, unless they're going to go buy their own building or that space gets too small, you're going to have a higher renewal rate.
Right.
So you want to make sure that the area that you're investing into these things in, like you don't want to invest in an industrial building if you don't have companies coming to the area that are going to fill those buildings. So if you don't have that manufacturing and different type of industrial businesses coming in, then that wouldn't be a smart investment. So just make sure, again, that you're getting with someone who's able to help you analyze this data before you go spending money that is not going to be a smart move for you at that point.
I'm going to jump in again. When you're buying a building too, it's important to check like the data for that area too, like the road count in that area, especially if you plan on buying a building and then having it for lease. Right, so like they're gonna, like the person that's moving in, because one, it's gonna help you to charge more if it's on a high traffic road. So understanding the road traffic, the crime, people want to be in a business where they don't have to worry about vandalism and those type of things too. So before you purchase a building, make sure that you check all of that data.
Right.
Especially the crime level, like. You'll be struggling trying to get it filled if you're in an area that has high crime. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm done.
And we'll go into the last one. We won't get into the very finalized portion because I think that's going to go more in depth, and maybe we'll revisit that on a later show. The last one is raw land and new construction, and that's just because, especially in the area that we're in upstate of South Carolina, we see a lot of new construction going on. But it's good to be kind of ahead of the curve when you're getting into new construction and raw land. So you want to see where the market is going. So where the market is expanding to is where you want to invest. Because the land prices in a market that is established or, is in the growth process is already going to be at a maximum point. So what you want to do is get ahead of the curve somewhat and get into the land where the companies are going to go to next or where the new construction is going to go to next. You can do this by analyzing data. So for example, in the upstate of South Carolina, even though you still have new construction going on in like the Simpsonville area, it's priced, it's a lot more pricey than if you go to new construction in, say, Pelzer, right? So, now you have to see, okay, when this area gets oversaturated with new construction and the price point goes beyond what your average consumer is going to be able to afford, where can I go to next and start that next new construction venture or buy land that new construction is going to want to come to and businesses are going to want to buy. So you have to be a little bit ahead of the curve, but at the same time, when you invest in land, you have to understand if you're investing in holding for a long period of time, that's money that you're going to have to spend month over month. So sometimes land can be a longer term investment. So you have to be prepared financially to stick with that investment until it is profitable for you in the long run.
That's good. You waiting for me to say something?
Yeah, I was
I'm
ready.
ready. Okay, yeah, I got some feedback for that.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did you say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
I knew he was going to. I don't know why he was just trying to.
I just want to add on to
Okay.
what you said at the end about being prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
If your goal is to get into that industry or that field of work, start. So don't wait. Like start. As a business consultant, I always tell people when they have an idea on something, start. Don't
Right.
wait, because that idea came to you is going to come to the
Someone
next,
else.
right? And you'll be waiting like, oh, you know what? I don't really want to take out a loan, so I'm gonna save up. And okay, so let's really do the numbers. How much can you truly save per month? Oh, if I save $300 a month, okay, so you're gonna save $3,600 a year. Hopefully, no emergency come up or anything. But you're talking about a $20,000 investment. So hopefully, someone don't come with this idea in 4 years. And now, what are you doing? Now you're working from the back end.
Right.
Right. So I always tell people, like, start. That $20,000, you can get a $20,000 loan and like this, right? Like, start. And I'm bringing that up because to allude to your point. If I want to get into properties, I went down to Greenville to their tax sell-off, and they had the lots, right? And these lots was like, they were starting off the auction at like $4,000, $5,000, $6,000. And people was going to like $25,000. I'm like, what? $25,000 for a quarter of a acre lot in a subdivision. But now these subdivisions, they charging premiums, like lot premiums. So they getting that back on top of like the
Right.
so like you have to think ahead, like they were thinking ahead. And it goes back to when I spoke to you a couple of years ago. We were talking about Lawrence County. I'm like, Lawrence County, you give it 10 years and watch. Because I said I seen it in Miami. Like, if you went down to Homestead and Kendall, like South Miami, it was like trees. And now you go to Kendall now, or you go to Homestead now, it's like almost like a small Miami. Like everything is homes and apartments, like
Everything.
nice.
Right.
They
It's eventually, if you're in an area, and what's crazy is I have an investor client right now that is from a different state, from out of state. And he said, well, it's just the place. Like, you're halfway between Atlanta and Charlotte
right in Columbia.
and Columbia. So you're right surrounded by the major cities, right? And not only that, but you still get just enough city, but still get the country feel.
Mhm.
So it's not like overcrowded like being in a city. You still have some of the city features, but you still get the countryness of
For now.
for now.
For now.
now.
They had that
But-
in the blog. So for now, because they were talking about that in Duncan.
Yeah, but that brings people in. But
Yep.
that's why a lot of, like, you have certain areas in the upstate, like the Five Forks area, that are trying to protect that area
It's too late.
from, no, it's not.
Look
They're-
at Five Forks 10 years
No,
ago.
what I'm saying is, like, now, like, they're stopping, like, big box businesses from coming in and everything, like the citizens of that area.
But it's too
So-
late. They've built that whole area out now.
Well, anymore. They don't want anymore.
I
So
don't think they got any more space for that. That little 5 Forks where it split at, that whole area now is developed. But I see what you're saying. I don't know where another large company would, unless they just gonna, I don't know.
but you're gonna have the people start protecting like kind of the country-esque of it. I think in the upstate area.
You know what? You're right, because like when you pass the fire station, like those homes that got like land on it, they're not selling. Like
Yeah.
those have been there and they're not budging. Even that right across from the fire station, it's like a big old 2 acre just land right there before you even see the house.
Yeah.
But the library, they built the library.
Yeah.
But they're not touching that land though. So yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Hope you guys got something out of, what to invest in. And if you have any questions, of course, you can call the Pyramid Group at Keller Williams.
What's that number?
864-249-1437.
Start. If you are interested, if you watch this all the way to the end, you probably have a good spark in you, right? You know what? I watched it because I wanted to learn about properties and investing. Start.
Most definitely.
Start. Even if you start small, even if you get that a small home for $90,000 and put it up for rent, or $100,000 and put it up for rent, now you own an asset.
Right.
So when you go to a bank and you need a $400,000 loan, you own an asset, you got good credit, and you got income. Bam.
That's what I tell my home buyers. You just got to start. You may not get everything you want in your first home, but buy it. Buy your first home and then use that equity to continue to invest.
Gain that equity.
Yep.
God, we will see you on Friday.
With the boss's view, you gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.